today I am here to share something that is truly changing my mother and my life in a beautiful way. This is Nature's Blast Lymph Go. And you're like, so why do you need that? Well, because I want my lymph nodes to go. No, because I want my lymphatic system to function at its best. So as a woman of a certain age, and being that I'm cute and round, sometimes, especially sitting at a computer and doing too much editing and work and all that fun stuff, I don't always get the amount of movement that I need to get in a day. And with that, I'm not giving my body the opportunity for my lymphatic system to do what it's supposed to do and get all the blood circulation to do everything it's supposed to do. And I came across this product one night, actually really late at night, and I ordered it super late at night, and I wasn't sure what I would think of it. And I'm so glad that I did. It truly has lifted the burden of that thing that happens when your lymphatic system isn't functioning properly, the retention of water. Like it can be very uncomfortable. And mine was very mild. I don't have that problem anymore. And really for me, the biggest game changer is that I have an ouchie on my ankle that likes to reopen every once in a while. And so any kind of water retention in my ankles actually can create that to want to open. It has helped me keep that water retention down, keep my lymphatic system functioning properly. And so it was so good. I looked at my mom's ankles and I saw that they also had a little bit of puffiness to them. And she was complaining about her ankles and her feet. And I said, oh, are you having some water retention? And she looked at me and she's like, yes. And I was like, oh my gosh, remember that product that I ordered? I said, let me make you a glass. It is game changing. And she took some and she loved it. So now I have to buy twice the product because she uses it too. And it has helped her. And with her mobility, she's 74. Her mobility is something that we are fighting to maintain. She has imbalance and she has problems with her eyes. And those things create problems with her walking sometimes. And thankfully, she hasn't fallen. It's fine. She hasn't fallen in a long time. The really awesome thing is that this has been a game changer for her as well. So I was so into this product that I was like, well, what else does this company, like, who is this Nature's Blast? What else do they do? Well, let me tell you. This is ParaTarget by Nature's Blast. And what this is supposed to do is this is supposed to help with cleansing your gut, cleansing for parasites, and doing all of those things. And mom was having some pooping problems. I know that's too much information, but there was a question of whether there might be a reason for that. And so grandma, I ordered it for her. After a couple weeks of taking this, her pooping problems went away. It was amazing. I found myself going over these products before I sat down with you because I wanted to give you the best information. And while I was doing that, I was reminded that this has gut, that it cleanses your gut and does stuff. And my beautiful daughter, she is challenged with her gut. We are in the middle of trying to repair a leaky gut on her, and we have been very aggressive with that. I told her to look at this. It says that it helps repair guts as well. I said, I think you should start taking it again. She goes, but mom, I didn't like the flavor. And I was like, actually, the flavor on this one isn't really that bad. And she's like, no, mom, like, I really didn't like the flavor. She's really finicky. She's really funny. And I said, well, I one morning was super duper tired, and I take an Emergen-C every morning with my Lymph Go, and I would take them in separate cups. And one morning I was so tired, I put them in the same cup. And then I looked down and was like, well, that was a mistake. And I was like, well, I can't, the product, I'm not going to waste the product. So I put liquid in it, and it was like an Orange Julius for anybody who knows what that is. It was amazing. And I was like, what if we try that with the ParaTarget? And she's like, oh, that's not going to work. I was like, be open. I said, let's try it. I said, the worst thing that could happen is that you like it. And she was like, oh, Mom. And I was like, oh, 14 and a half year old. I'm so glad you feel well enough to be a 14 and a half year old. Somehow that is now how it is being taken in our house. And I'll show you how to do that here in a second. But this stuff, I actually don't mind the taste of it without the Emergen-C. It actually has a really nice sweet taste. It's not too earthy. It has a nice flavor. It's a green drink. It dissolves really well. We do it in juice glasses, which is about an 8-ounce glass, and I think it's fantastic. So she and I are taking this. I am taking it as well. I'm trying to support her through her gut journey. And so we are repairing her gut together. And along the way, I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen is that my gut gets healthier as well. Because ultimately, our guts are so much a part of who we are and where our health is. So freaking important. So how do I feel about these products? If you haven't figured out, I absolutely love them. As far as the flavoring on the Lymph Go, it has a more earthy flavoring. It doesn't dissolve as well as the ParaTarget. It takes a little bit longer for the Lymph Go to dissolve. I don't mind the taste. It's not a taste that I loved. I will say that I have started putting my Emergen-C in it every day because it really does just send it over the top. So freaking good. I love it. It's kind of like my simple pleasure now at this point. I absolutely love the Lymph Go with the Emergen-C. And I will be completely transparent. There was a third product that I did try. It was the hair growth product. And yeah, I couldn't do the flavor. And this was before I tried the Emergen-C. But it had a lot of spicy. It had a huge spice kick to it. And I just found it impossible to drink. I'm not somebody who has gut issues, and it really upset my stomach. So I cannot stand behind saying that I'm sure the hair growth product works amazing because their products work like that. That is what I have found is their products work. But I couldn't get through the swallowing of the product as a drink to get to the place of the benefits of it. I couldn't, in all transparency. So, but these two products, I love. They have made the Lymph Go huge change in our family. And honestly, the ParaTarget has also made a massive change in our family as well. Love these products. I have shared with you why this Lymph Go by Nature's Blast has been such a game changer in our house, but I wanted to show you how I make my special concoction that came from a super tired morning. So as you can tell, we really use the product. It's almost empty, but don't worry, I have backup. It's really easy. It comes with this little scooper that comes inside of the container. So it's it's so brainless that you can still screw up in the morning like I did. So you just do a flat amount and you're gonna drop it into your 8-ounce cup. You're gonna close it off. And then if you don't wanna add anything to it, you're just gonna put a spoon in there, fill it up with water, and you're gonna let it dissolve. I have found that the Lymph Go does take a bit of time to truly dissolve, even with stirring it. I found with it by itself, I prefer it after it's been sitting for about 10 to 15 minutes. So just make sure that you have enough time when you start it to be able to do that, because really you want it, I don't like it clumpy. I like it dissolved. But this one right here is the special. And this is where we add our special little Emergen-C. I love Emergen-C. I find it a quick, easy way to make sure that I'm getting the vitamin C and the nutrients that I need. This one is the Emergen-C Immune Plus. This one has 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. It has vitamin D and it has zinc. So it kind of hits all the things in one wonderful fell swoop. And so in our house, as you can tell, we like to cut the lid off because it just sits up on the counter. And when you need it, it's there and you can just pull it out. So in the morning when I am making it, well, started one morning when I was going to make my 2 juices. And I just was so stinking tired. And before I knew it, I went like this. And I was like, what have I done? And before I knew it, I was like, well, I can't waste all that product. I can't do it. So I found myself putting a little bit in. Now, if you've ever had Emergen-C, you know that it starts to fizz up immediately. I like, different rolling on a chair. I would have made a good chair rolling waitress. So Emergen-C fizzes up right away, and it makes it, you want to let it sit and dissolve because it gets all bubbly and stuff. So you get that first initial wave in there, and you let the Emergen-C kind of do its thing. And as it starts to break down, you see how the bubbles are going down on it. I start to just kind of work on it. I like to personally go like this and push the residuals of the Lymph Go down into the product itself. And this takes, I don't know, as I said, this is about 10 to 15 minutes. I find that this is about 10 to 15 minutes as well. When you're done and that 10 to 15 minutes is over, you get a juice that looks like this. Doesn't necessarily look to be the most appealing thing in the world, but I happen to think it's amazing. So what I like to do is get all the extras, because I love this Lymph Go and I love what it does for me, off my spoon. And then before you know it, I sit there and I start to take my juice. Now, I normally do this first thing in the morning, and I normally take it with my vitamins. I find that it really is a wonderful thing that helps my vitamins go down. It's just like that morning juice that you have. We're not a big actual juice family, so it's kind of like the treat that I get for myself, because I pretty much drink water with lemon or iced tea with lemon all day. So this is about as fancy as we get around here. I have to tell you, I love it. And I don't just love it for the flavor. I love it for what it does for me and the change that it makes in my life. I absolutely can't suggest that you try this enough. I really can't. It's just the best. But again, the Lymph Go, I don't think tastes bad to begin with. Now, this is the exact trick that I have my daughter use with the ParaTarget, because she is challenged with the flavor of the ParaTarget. I think it tastes fine. Again, I think both of them taste fine. But it enables her to be able to manage being able to drink it. And so far, it's doing really well for her. And so that's the exciting part, is I want her gut to be repaired and I want her to be feeling good again. And this is one of the things that we're throwing at her gut, and it seems to really be making a difference. So I'm super duper excited. So just remember, if you're trying these and you're kind of like this with the flavor, that there are other alternatives that make it, I don't know, a lovely treat. That make it something that you almost look forward to. Like, I love taking my morning pills with it. But this morning, I knew we would be filming later. So I told my mom not to take hers. And I didn't take mine, because this will be Granny's when the filming is over. Because we truly do use the product. It's what we do. Excuse me. I love the product so much. And I'm so determined to get my money's worth out of it that I also follow it by putting water in there, making sure I get all of the best bits out of it, and making sure that it is able to do everything that it can for me. But I invite you, if you're struggling, to try this. If you are not struggling and just want to try it, I highly recommend it. I think it's absolutely fantastic.